Okay, so hi guys. Thank you for being here. I guess we're gonna start and I will open my presentation on the full screen and let's go. So my name is Daria. I'm a founder and CEO of ARVR Studio. My company specializes in augmented and virtual reality development for specific business needs and objectives. Sometimes it could be marketing objectives and goals. Sometimes it's more about sales and business development. In other cases, it could be training of employees or creating some simulations to recreate some of the lifelike situations or something like that. So what do you have to know about me? I'm super passionate about AR and VR technologies. This is what I totally believe in. And the second thing is that we create AR/VR solutions for business objectives. This is what we do. This is our main focus and expertise. We're in the market already 5 years and working with the different companies, with the enterprise, small startups. It doesn't matter. What really matters is that AR and VR technologies are not only for fun and gaming, as somebody may think of. It's more about using these technologies in a business world as a business tool. So today's topic is AR and VR technology in brands marketing strategies. This presentation is a shortened version of a bigger topic. We will spend around 30 to 40 minutes talking about this topic and also answering your questions if you're gonna have those. So let's go. I'm gonna start with what is XR in general, because I don't know if somebody of you knows or not. XR stands for extended reality. This is the name of the group of technologies that includes augmented reality, virtual reality, and mixed reality, and all the other realities that are gonna be in future. And this is all about the environments that combine the real world and the digital world. In a different percentage. I mean, in augmented reality, it's more about the real world and layer of digital content on top of it. When it comes to the virtual reality, it's more about the 360 digital environment, and the mixed reality is a mix. So I will talk a little bit about each group of technologies. So just to educate you a little bit about it, and then we will move forward into the development, into marketing, use cases, trends, data, and so on. So let's go. The first one is augmented reality. This is when we have the real world and we overlay the real world with the virtual elements. Like on this GIF animation, we have here different objects like furniture and so on. It requires the camera of the smartphone or some external camera that captures the real world and stream this video on the screen, and then we lay over some digital content on top of this stream video. So this is how it works. Almost all of the mobile phones are compatible with augmented reality today. 5 years ago, there was a problem, but right now it's absolutely compatible. Any iPhone, any Android works fine with that. I'm not talking about the Windows phones, but still these two main groups, main platforms are working perfectly. And you can do any type of activations with augmented reality. I mean, you can interact with the packaging of the product, for example, and point your camera on the packaging and then something will appear on top of it. Or you can interact with the surface when you point your camera on the floor or on the table and then something appears on top of it. As on this GIF animation, the sofa appeared. You can also use augmented reality on different platforms. For example, on the mobile platform, mobile application. The second platform is Web AR, when augmented reality run in web browser on the web page, and you don't need to install any type of mobile application because sometimes it's quite a barrier for the end customers. And the third platform is a module, AR module, that can be integrated into existing applications or existing platforms. For example, if you have your existing, e-commerce app, you can develop and integrate an AR module into it. Or, for example, if you want to develop an AR filter in Instagram, this is also part of this platform, because we have this already existing application, Instagram, and then we integrate our filter into it. So there are some specific engines and development kits for it, and it's absolutely compatible with most of the platforms today. So this is augmented reality. The usual content in augmented reality is 3D models, 3D animations, could be also 360. It always up to the project, up to the goal, and up to the target audience and the way you want them to interact with your application, with your content, let's say so. So the second type is virtual reality. This is a fully modulated digital world and environment in 3D, and it is usually used through these through the glasses or headsets. There are a lot of words for it. A few years ago, those headsets were totally into the digital environment. When you put it on, you cannot see anything around you. You see only the digital environment. But today's glasses, they have the external cameras that are looking into the real world, and they capture the real world as well. So they combine it, and this is how you can interact with the real world as well, and you feel more safe because you cannot fall down, when you use virtual reality, because you see the real world, and less accidents occur because of the glasses. So the development of virtual reality is a little bit more complicated if to combine with augmented reality, because you have to develop this fully 360 world around the user. You also have to create a lot of 3D elements. For sure, you can download some of the existing assets. You can use some of the 360s, videos, or photos, or some environments, but still it takes more time and more resources. And if to compare with the level of immersiveness and engagement, virtual reality usually more immersive compared to augmented reality, because you have these glasses, you have this feeling of presence, you are a part of this story, and the only thing that is still not covered with the virtual feelings is your body. But today, the VR industry and the hardware industry is working on it, and a lot of companies are working on the different concepts and hardware, some sensors and sensing units, gloves, or costumes for your body, to take your body into virtual world, so you can even feel the objects, its form, its texture, and so on. Some of the companies are working on the specific glasses with the with the smell inside of it, so you can even smell the virtual world. This is really impressive. So virtual reality is perfect for education, because you can recreate and simulate any process, any situation, especially when it comes to some high risk situation, or something that you cannot recreate in real life. Then virtual reality is a perfect tool. And it is also 100% technology for storytelling. And I'm telling, and I said that today storytelling transformed into story living through the virtual reality. Because when you're in the virtual reality, you're not just observing the story. You're a part of it. You can interact with the story. You can influence on how it goes. So this is a powerful tool for story living. Well, and the third one is mixed reality. This is the mix of augmented and virtual reality. Usually you have to have these glasses like Microsoft HoloLens or Magic Leap or something like that. And today it's a big trend, because big companies like Apple, Snap, Samsung, they already announced that they're working on their glasses. And we all are waiting for it. We'll see how it goes. So this is a mix of physical and digital elements. It is more natural for human being to perceive the information through the glasses, not through the smartphone, for example, because your hands are free. You can also interact with the content with your voice, with the gestures, with your gaze as well, with your eyes. So this is quite a cool experience, especially when it comes to different professions. For example, engineers who are working with some of the machinery, or some, I don't know, in a shipbuilding industry, for example, or aerospace industry. When they do the maintenance of some of the machinery, they have to have this hands-free, but they also have some additional information in these glasses, some 3D visualizations, or even connected to other team players to discuss any problem or issue that they face in there. So these glasses, I would say that the mixed reality is a big trend, and it's a future of whole XR family, because it combines the best practices from augmented and virtual reality. And the industry is moving into this direction. So you will hear a lot about AR glasses or smart glasses in the next 5 years, I'm sure. So right now, you already know these 3 names: augmented, virtual, and mixed reality. And we can go into the usage in marketing. So today, what we've seen on the market, what we've seen in our experience, the XR family, this ARVR and mixed reality solutions, are being used in marketing in different ways. Some of them use it to boost brand awareness, some of them to enhance brand's communication with the end customer. Some of them even use it for guerrilla marketing. I will show you the concept and the use case of it. It was quite cool. Someone used it for increasing retention rates, visualization tool for education. It could be as internal as external education for the team players, or for the partners or end clients or customers. Also, companies use mixed reality and augmented and virtual reality for interactive experiences with the users, for example, in shop or out of home or even at home, especially during this quarantine time. And for sure, try before you buy. This is a great option that mixed reality is allowing to try some of the products, some of the things people want to buy before they actually buy it, with the help of augmented reality. Especially today, in the lockdown and Corona times, all the shops are closed or partly closed, and you cannot go and try some things out. So with the help of augmented reality, you can do it just downloading some application or going on the web page. Some of the companies are already integrating the AR into their existing applications. Some really big companies, e-commerce and retail. So this is also a great option for some of you if you're in e-commerce or retail industry. You should definitely take a look at the augmented reality and try before you buy option. So this is the list of the most popular ways of using XR in marketing. The goals, why they use it and what for. And then I will show you 3 examples, and you will see how they do it. Let's go. So the first one is Burger King. They have been using augmented reality already for several years, and today I saw another usage of Burger King AR. They use the Instagram filters, and I guess some of you are connected with me in LinkedIn. And I think that I will post this news story about Burger King using AR in a few days. So just stay in touch with me and you will see the interesting story. But today we're talking about the specific case that Burger King used augmented reality. This is the case of guerrilla marketing, because they used the magazine of McDonald's, their main competitor, as a marker, as a trigger image. And there was the mobile application of Burger King, and all the users of McDonald's, they received the message that there is an application, scan the magazine, and you will get a discount. The discount was a burger in the closest Burger King restaurant, only for 1 cent. And you need to run there in a limited time. And that was really amazing. I will show you a video case right now, and then we will go into the details of the results because they're awesome. Let's go.
Magazin und da gibt es diese Anzeige drin.
Gibt es in der Burger King App halt so eine Funktion, in der du das scannen kannst.
Dann kriegst du einen Whopper für 1 Cent. Ist aber mit einem Zeitlimit, also man muss sich auch ein bisschen beeilen.
Für nur 1 Cent ein Whopper.
Das ist geil.
Mega geil.
Wir lieben es. Ja.
Well, yeah. They say that a burger for 1 cent, we're loving it. So what was this case about? About using the competitors magazine to activate the competitors' customers and to let them go into Burger King restaurants. That is an amazing use case of augmented reality, and no one did something before like this. And results were that this case was the Web Awards winner in 2020 in the category of augmented reality. It was 180% plus downloads of the Burger King app because people were interested in this option and they wanted to get this discount and they were fascinated about it. Then it was plus almost 12% of customer growth, and over 4 million McDonald's customers found out about this campaign. They heard about it, they used about it, or someone told them about it. So this is actually really impressive. And if you go and Google Burger King AR, you will find at least 3 main use cases of it, and you will really love it. I totally recommend you to go and Google it after the webinar, after this lecture. You will enjoy it, I'm telling you. Well, the second use case, this is the application that we developed for one of our clients. This is also in augmented reality, and it interacted with the coffee mugs on the gas station chain. It was a Christmas activation. We had 5 main designs of the coffee mugs, and when you point a camera on it, you will see the character, and the character will see the sun. It was for the first year, and for the second year, we updated this application with the new features. And the interesting thing here for you is that we integrated this solution into their loyalty program. As we are talking about marketing strategies right now, the really important thing here is that augmented reality or virtual reality or mixed reality cannot be effective just by itself. If you think that you will develop a mobile application with augmented reality and just publish it on the App Store or Play Market and it's gonna work and it's gonna boost your sales and brand awareness and everything, it doesn't work like that. You have to integrate this newly developed solution into your existing business ecosystem. Would it be a loyalty program? Would it be some of your websites or digital instruments and tools? You have to integrate it to make it a family, right? And then having a marketing strategy around it. For example, in this case, our client had a marketing strategy around this application. They have been using the TV ads and commercials, radio ads. They also had the physical activations of the gas stations. They also used the influencers in Instagram. They've been using a lot of different channels of communication to let the customers know about this campaign, about this application. And then in the center of this strategy was this application through which they really communicated the value they wanted to provide to their customers, and the call to action to download the application, use it, get the promo code, and then use it for discount on the gas or some coffee or food. So I will show you the video case right now, and then we will discuss the results. And after the lecture. If you would have any questions, I will be happy to answer. So let's go.
Already having a very successful experience working with augmented reality for holiday season, Oko has returned to us with a new, brightest and biggest idea. They wanted to add interactivity to an already known concept. This year, you're already able to collect the cups with characters that will play a Christmas song for you. Not only you're able to listen to Christmas songs, you can also interact and sing a karaoke with them. The reward? You can get discounts for buying stuff from Oko gas stations. The activation went viral. Instagrammers were posting all the videos of them trying to sing along with the mice.
Він зайчика, стрибайчика у торбі нам приніс.
No matter if you win or lose the karaoke challenge, festive mood guaranteed. Oko marketing team did a great job in bringing awareness about the campaign. They have posted videos online, they have paid for some TV promotion, radio promotion, well, yes, influencers promotion as well.
Лісі, темному, де ходить хитрий лис.
But the main result was achieved. The app is super popular within this holiday season, and there are thousands of people that are trying to sing Christmas.
Yeah, sorry for this stop of the video. Well, the application itself was the augmented reality app with the karaoke function inside of it. So you scan the coffee mug, you have your band of 3 mices playing different musical instruments, and you as a singer, you sing a song together with your band, and then as good you're singing, you're collecting the points and then exchanging it for the promo codes, and then the promo code for the discount. So this is how it worked. From the user experience, this is, from the experience of the end customer, this is a fun thing of the Christmas. It's just giving you a Christmas mood, and then you're having some discount. From the business side, this is a business tool that had specific goals and objectives behind it. And then the real numbers and results are also here. We had more than 70,000 app downloads on App Store and Play Market during this Christmas activation campaign. We had more than 120,000 songs sung. That is also a great number because people really like this carols and karaoke function. We had more than 9,000 discounts used through this app. And thanks to these discounts, we sold more than 300,000 liters of gas additionally. So this is when we come to the question of how augmented reality can boost the sales. And this is one of the options. This is one of the versions of how it can do that. There is a way to do that, right? But you have to think all the details out. You have to plan it. You have to have this strategy around this application. You have to integrate it into your existing business model. And as I said before, you cannot just publish the app on the App Store and wait for it when it's gonna give you crazy sales or something like that. So the main idea is integrating AR, VR, or mixed reality solution into your business properly. And if you're not ready, if you want just to try the waters, check how it goes, then my advice here is to go with something simple. It could be a web AR, it could be a filter in Instagram, it could be a virtual reality in mobile phone, for example, or it could be just a 360. But even this small solution, you have to integrate into your business model. You have to communicate it properly to your end customers. And the value of this solution should be also very clear for your end customer. And also the content should be updatable from time to time, because I see that usually augmented reality apps are one-time used and then sold. So you should also think about how you're gonna update the content and keep this retention rate on the highest positions. So let's go next. The third case is using virtual reality to educate. As I said, there could be the internal education and there could be external education. So in this case, this is an external education of the customers, and the marketing team of Lowe's, they used virtual reality for learning how to do some of the DIY projects and educating their customers how to do it properly. So let's take a look at the case.
Education is empowerment, and people learn by doing. It's just how we are built. And that's why we built the HoloRoom How-To. The HoloRoom How-To is a virtual reality training tool that teaches people how to do DIY projects when they want to learn it. Anything from painting a fence to tiling a bathroom.
You actually are grabbing tiles in water and sponges. It feels like you're actually there doing it. It's very neat. I love doing it myself. I've done it 3 times and I'll do it again.
Lowe's has been using virtual and augmented reality for years now. The HoloRoom How-To project takes us even further. We did an A/B test and half of the customers went through the virtual reality HoloRoom How-To and the other half just watched a YouTube video. Customers who went through the virtual reality version had 36% better recall.
The potential is endless. DIY should be fun, and that's what customers are coming here to improve their life. This is something nobody else has. This is a big, big deal for us.
Teaching, learning, education, that's it. Even if we can unlock just a little bit of that mystery, this will have a massive impact and a change that I don't even think we can fully understand.
So this is a great case of using virtual reality for indirect influence on the marketing or sales or business development. This is more about the educating and bringing this loyal attitude to the brand, and it's an indirect possibility to boost your sales, to boost the retention rate and brand awareness. And I really love this use case because it's not obvious, right? But it's still great. And the result is that 40% of the chain store's clients reported improvement in their personal DIY skills. So I guess this is great. And the level of loyalty, it grows with such solutions. It's about transforming the way people perceive your brand and the attitude to your brand. And I find it really great. And this is also about the virtual reality, given this space for story living again, because you can simulate and you can recreate some of the situations, some of the environments that cannot be recreated in real life. And this is a great example of it. So let's go next. Data rocks, woohoo! Data really rocks. And here I want to talk about the data that we can collect and analyze through the augmented and virtual reality applications. This is what I talk about to our clients, that we have to understand how effective this solution is for your business, because augmented, virtual, no matter mixed reality, when you develop this solution for your business and when you integrate it into your marketing strategy or, I don't know, any growth strategy or any other strategy, firstly, it is an investment, right? It is a business investment. And this investment should show a return rate, and it should be as high as possible, right? So to understand how effective this solution is, you have to track the data, you have to collect it and analyze it, because the user behavior is quite different if to compare it to just regular mobile apps or web interfaces. In augmented and virtual reality, the user behavior is different. And when you analyze it, you can see some interesting tips and tricks in there. So what we can collect and what we can see from the augmented and virtual reality experiences. Firstly, it is a user behavior heat map. You can see how many times they interacted with this or that content. You can also see the usage time. That is interesting because we had one of our clients, it was a government structure, and we created the virtual reality simulation for them. And we expected, together with their team, we expected the usage time will be around 30 to 40 minutes in average, because the target audience was quite an adult people. And we didn't expect that that the actual usage time will be up to 3 hours without any pauses. And that was quite impressive, because the user experience can be absolutely different than what you have been expecting before you launch the project. And during the first period when you just launched, it is crucial to track the data and to see how it goes, to analyze the feedback from the audience, because during this trial period, I mean 1, 2, 3 weeks, you can analyze the data and you can do some adjustments, you can do some fixes, or add something or remove something, or change the places, something like that. Because when you see the numbers, you can use it and do some really great adjustments in the user behavior, and just to achieve your goals, right? This is all about business and numbers. So yeah, usage time, it's an interesting metric, because it sounds quite regular, but it's not. Then you can test users' knowledge and skills through the augmented, and especially through the virtual reality. You can have this assessment logic or feature, and you can test the level of knowledge, or hard skills or soft skills or any other skills. The virtual reality is especially good in this. Then you can track the emotions. In augmented and virtual and mixed reality, you can track the emotional statement of a person who's using it through different interfaces and through different features and options and tools inside of it. And if there is a specific goal to track the emotions of the customers, there are several ways how you can do it from the development side, and how you can integrate it into the solution without the obvious obvious way of telling about it, you know. You can also track the voice, especially if your application has this voice recognition and voice control feature. For example, in Microsoft HoloLens, you can interact with your voice, and in virtual reality solutions, you can also interact with your voice. We had the application where we tracked the numbers of new and unique words, because it is being used for language learning in virtual reality. And we tracked each word, each sound in a native language and in the language you've been learning. So it was an interesting experience, and I'm just saying that you can even track some specific sounds, how many times users said that during the experience. If there is such a goal, you can do it and you can track it. Then you can also track the movements, the body movements, head movements, palm and hands movements, especially if you use some specific sensors or sending units on a body. Then you can track a lot of information about the body statement. This is really actual for different rehabs when it comes to rehabilitation of the patients. They usually use this type of movement tracking to see the traction, to see the progress, because sometimes with our human eyes, we cannot see this very tiny progress that the patient could have. But the sensors and sending units, they can give you these digits, and this is quite impressive. Well, and also you can track the user's self-report. Again, it could be some assessment tool, or it can be just a report after the user experience that goes directly to the email or into the admin panel, where you can collect the data on different metrics which you just would like to have. And you can analyze it, you can see the traction. For example, if it is a virtual reality and it's it is some type of education, it's some type of process. You can track some numbers during this process and then compare it to the periods and see the progress. Well, this is not the whole list of what we can track. For sure, we can track some regular things, and we usually use some already existing solutions for data tracking and analyzing. So it's just up to the project, up to your business goals. But no matter, is it a filter in Instagram, you can also track numbers in Instagram. It gives you automatically, and you shouldn't develop anything for that. But when it comes to web AR, mobile applications, virtual reality, and mixed reality, there should be predefined the number of metrics and digits and data. What kind of data do you want to have? So your developers can integrate it into the solution you're developing with them. So pay attention to data. Think about it. So then you can use these numbers in your future steps, future developments. This will give you a wider understanding of your target audience, of the user behavior, and so forth. Well, the next slide is about XR trends. What is gonna be huge in the next 5, 3, 2 years? We'll see how it goes. First one is social media filters. I've already told you something about it. Instagram, Facebook, Snap, then who else? TikTok. Yeah, how could I forget about TikTok? They have the AR filters inside of it. All of these lenses, all of these filters on face filters, they can also interact with your environment. It's not always about the face. You can also switch the camera and interact with your environment. In Snapchat, you can even interact with your whole body. They have filters that cover you with the branded outfits of different brands. This is also interesting because a lot of companies are using AR filters in these social media apps for the branded content, and even some of them are selling their products through the AR filters in Instagram or Snapchat. So this is why I put the social media filters in this list of XR trends. It's already happening. There are really great numbers and traction. So you should definitely pay attention to this, especially if you know that your target audience is in those apps. This could be one of the channels you can communicate with them through the augmented reality. The second trend is web AR. I also told you about it a little bit. This is kind of new technology. It's on the market already for two years, something like that. But today it's more sophisticated, it's more stable and correctly working, because 2 years ago it also existed, but it was not that stable. Today you can use web AR to interact with the images. So for example, if you have a product with the packaging, you can interact with it through the web AR page. You can also interact with the surfaces, with the environments. And some of the platforms have the face and head recognition. So it's also cool. And I see more and more companies are working in this direction, developing their tools, their platforms for web AR, and it's quite easy to develop the web AR and integrate it into your web page. It's not that complicated if you compare it to mobile app. It takes less time. For example, if to develop the mobile application with the AR, it could take in average from 2 to 6 months. It depends on the complexity of the app. But when it comes to the web AR, it could be done in 2 weeks, for example, minimum, or in 3 or in 5 weeks. It depends on complexity again, but you can see the difference, right? Then the body tracking. It is also a great trend right now, because more and more companies are working on the body tracking algorithms to understand the depth of a body. For example, the latest iPhones, they have this LiDAR technology and they have these sensors and cameras to understand the depth of the world and of a human body. So the camera and the phone can understand it, and it can put the digital overlay on top of your body. The main goal here is to have this try-on feature that will work correctly, that will understand your body, that will place the virtual outfits or virtual shoes or some accessories, anything on top of your body, and it will look natural. Because before this moment, before like 2, 3, 5 years ago, it was super unnatural and it looked really terrible. But today we can see a great traction in this process of the development of such technologies and compatible smartphones. So I guess it's just a question of maybe a few years when we're gonna see a real great body tracking solutions and technologies and the hardware as well, that will allow us to interact with the whole body and try on features. So waiting for it. And the fourth trend is XR glasses. I also told you about it a little bit. Just imagine that these my glasses will be a little bit heavier, but they will have an external cameras here. They will look into the real world and they will show me some of the holograms, some additional information, 3D. And the concept here is that you don't have to have something in your hands, I mean the smartphone or something. It's already close to your eyes. It's more natural for a human being to perceive, and you have your hands free. You can also connect these glasses to your smartphone, and you should not take it always with you. So I guess that XR glasses is a biggest trend here. It's more complicated to accomplish, but it is really gonna be huge. And I guess that smart glasses, AR glasses, are the next smartphones. I really think so. And if to talk about some crazy things here, I guess that the next thing will be the islands after the smart glasses, but I don't know how much time it could take. But I have already seen a patent of Sony. They have patented the islands that captures everything you see. And with the 5G technologies and with the edge technologies, we can combine it all together, right, as a puzzle, and see that the technology world is growing limitlessly, and there are more and more possibilities for this Black Mirror concept. So this is what we have at the moment. The list of the XR trends can grow like every day, because this industry is fast growing today. It doesn't have any standards yet, and my company and all the other companies in this industry, we are the ones who are setting up the standards, and who are growing this culture. So I'm happy you are here. That means that you're interested in the XR technologies and its application. And I'm ready. Yeah, I thought it gonna be answers and questions and answers, but the last thing I wanted to share with you, I forgot about it. This is some of the advices on things you have to consider before starting the XR development. So if you have any idea in mind and you want to go into the development, 5 simple questions here. The first one is, what goals do you want to achieve with XR? I know it could sound very simple here, but still I've seen a lot of clients, I've seen a lot of companies that wanted to have XR just because it's fun. But when it comes to business, you have to understand what's the goal behind it. What do you want to achieve with this AR or VR solution? For sure, if you just want to have it for fun, well, you can have it for fun, but even for fun, you can achieve some brand awareness around it, or customer engagement, or increase the level of loyalty, and so on. So I mean, not not direct influence on sales or something. The second one is, which platform should it be on? I mean, if it is augmented reality, do you want to have a mobile application or web AR or Instagram filter? So here you have already 3 options. And in each technology, you have a list of the options. So before you go to the developers, just think about it. What platform would be better for you? Maybe do some research on your target audience. What do they use most? Would it be web or application or Instagram? And then decide. Or you can use both, I mean, the app and Instagram filters, or all of them. So it will be a multi-channel communication campaign with the augmented reality. It all depends on your budget and possibilities of the business at the moment. The third question is, what type of content should it include? For example, you've decided to go with the AR application. And then there is a question, what should appear in augmented reality? What your users will see inside of this app? Would it be a 3D model, a 3D animation, or it will be a list of different animations or different characters? Will it be interactive, or what type of interactions do you want a user to have with this type of content? Maybe you already have some existing content, some 3D models of 360s or animations or some sounds that you want to integrate into this solution. So it will be great if you can share it with your developers and show it to them beforehand. The fourth question is how to integrate it with the existing brand or business. This is a main idea of this whole webinar, is how to integrate it, right? Not to publish it just on the App Store and forget about it and wait for it to work, but it's more about thinking of what place do you want to have for this solution. Is there a space for it? Is it ready for it? Do you have resources for it? Do you understand how you're going to communicate it to your end customer or to your team or to your partners? What are the main ways of communication here? So it's great if you think about it beforehand, because sometimes companies are not thinking about it. They firstly develop, and only then they think, okay, how should we deliver it to our end customers? And there is a big question, because it influences on the user experience inside of the app, for sure. And sometimes they have to rebuild the app because they come up with a new idea of how they're going to communicate this solution to the end customer. And for sure, it's great to have some kind of research before you go into the development, or having some small MVP or some demo of the application or the web AR, doesn't matter. So you can just check it out, and you can test it on a focus group or some kind of target audience, and you can get the real feedback, some basic numbers, and you will understand how you want to move with it in future. And the fifth question is types of collectible data you need. I've showed you the list of the data you can track in the augmented and virtual reality, but it's not limited with that list. It's more about what type of data do you want to collect and analyze. What you are interested in the user behavior, or in the usage time, or voice recognition, and so on. This data is like a fuel for you for your future decisions. So I really advise you to think about it before going into any type of development. So this is my simple advice, 5 simple questions, and I hope it's gonna help you if you will go into the XR development. And now finally, I can show you this slide. I'm ready to answer your questions. And if we are connected in LinkedIn, I'm always happy to be in touch with the people who are like-minded and interested in augmented virtual reality technologies. So let me know. And I will stop sharing my presentation. Okay, someone is asking to keep this video online after this live session. I guess they will have it. On average, how long does it take to develop an AR solution, say a virtual try-on? Well, it depends on the project, but in average, it could take around 3 to 6 months. Mostly it depends on the number of products you want to have in this application. Because if you want to have only, I don't know, one outfit for trying on, it could be done in 2 months, for example, or even less. But if it is huge number of different products and outfits, it totally depends on it. For example, the application itself can be developed in 3 months, but then you have to develop a new product, a new 3D model or 360. So I hope I answered your question. Well, I can't see any more questions here. So this video will be published on the YouTube, and you can watch it before. Well, okay, so thank you for your attention. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being interested in XR technologies. And I would be happy. Okay, I have another question here. What are technical challenges to implemented VR? Can small brands afford it? Well, the challenges are firstly that the price for the VR glasses is still quite high, and it's not widely affordable. But we can see the trend that the cost for this VR glasses is reducing. And for example, the Oculus Quest, it's around $300. If to compare it to a few years ago, the glasses were around $1,000 to $2,000, and you needed a specific computer for it. But today it's more affordable. But still, it's not that affordable to cover the wide audience. The other challenge is that virtual reality is quite quite a personal experience, and you have to have all of the conditions when a person will be okay to put these glasses on and to go into this experience, into this story living. So you have to communicate it in the right way. And the second part of the question is, can small brands afford? Yes, they can. But again, it depends on the price of the glasses. You can buy the glasses for $2,000, and you can also buy the glasses for $200. It depends on the budget. Thanks to today's situation, we have options to choose from. And the development, for sure, it could also be a different budget. For example, you can create all of the environments, all of the 3Ds and 360s from scratch, and it will be more expensive if to compare when you are buying some of the existing assets, I mean 3D or 360s, or if you have already something. Here you can reduce the budget. Okay, there is another question. How many people in a team who's in charge in your projects? I have 30 people in my team. It divides in two main departments. The first department is production one. I have Unity developers, 3D artists, QA engineers, project managers. And the second part is a management team. I mean the marketing, business development, and strategic growth team. So yeah, 30 people. Well, okay. If there are no questions here, I guess we can already we can finish this webinar. And again, if you're gonna have any other questions, please feel free to reach me out in LinkedIn or in comments on this video on YouTube. So thank you and see you around. Bye.